Getting ready for this showdown between these two fighters should be a good one. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me is Johnny Nelson.
Looking forward to this one, Todd.
It's time for our tale of the tape. It's Dmitry Bivol. He's 183 centimeters tall, which matches his reach, which is also 183 centimeters. And he'll be facing Joe Calzaghe, the pride of Wales. 174 pounds, 6 foot even with a reach of 73 inches.
There is no joke about this. Someone is going to get hurt, the other is going to get embarrassed. Let's make sure they measure up well.
Here comes Dmitry Bivol. Here comes the man that beat down Canelo in Las Vegas, the fighter of the year in 2022. It's the light heavyweight champ. Watch out for that long, stiff jab. Here comes the pride of Wales, super middleweight, light heavyweight world champion. He has never been defeated. What an athlete.
As soon as the ball goes, don't blink. That fight could be over.
This bout is scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner, fighting out of Kyrgyzstan by way of Russia, presenting the acclaimed light heavyweight champion of the world, introducing Dmitry Bivol. Fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the renowned unified world champion with a remarkable undefeated career, introducing the two-division champion of the world and boxing's pride of Wales. Please welcome Joe, the Italian Dragon Calzaghe.
So they stare into each other's eyes one final time, touch gloves, and get prepared for battle.
All what's left is for the first bell to go. That's all we need now, because the build-up is getting ridiculous.
We've waited a long time for this fight. It's here, and the fighters are good to go. We have high hopes and aspirations for this fight. Caution is being thrown to the wind. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. This is a high-octane battle. And just as quickly as the action slows down, it heats back up. The hottest ticket in town for this fight tonight.
Can you imagine walking into this town, walking into an arena with such noise, people chanting your name? You can't even hear your cornerman whispering in your ear. I've been in situations like that where it can be terrorizing if you haven't got...
Dmitry Bivol just got knocked down! I don't care how good your chin is, a punch like that, and you're going down.
You're right, Todd. What a shot!
Well, they're back up, Johnny, but now what do they do to get back into this fight?
Oh, he can smell blood. Look at that. He's put him down once. He knows what shot works and where to land it. Then try and do it again. He's just not got to get trigger happy.
They're both going for the KO. It's so obvious. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. So final 10 seconds of the round, and he is looking really sharp. Let's talk about Bivol in that last round. You gotta wonder how big of a factor that knockdown's gonna be we just saw.
To make or break a fighter.
There's the bell for round 2. Let's see how he bounces back here after getting dropped in the last round.
What a knockdown. 1 minute. You need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with it.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Looking to land the hook. This counter fighter believes in the anything you can do, I can do better. They'll let you throw a punch first, and they'll answer you and usually hit you harder.
Reaction is second to none. It's the blink of an eye, and they're waiting for any little twitch you do. So you've got to fight a counter punch that's smart.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Oh, and Joe Calzaghe just took a heavy shot. How are they still standing?
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
Beautiful counter shot. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Bivol in that last round. That bell could not have come soon enough for this guy.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what, next round, you're getting it. You're going to get it. Kitchen sink.
On to the third. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Is he going to punch himself out, though? Nice counter punch right up the middle. Needs to put some combination work together. One punch is good, 2 punches better. This fighter told us yesterday, I don't get paid by the minute. I'm going to go in there and try and knock my opponent out as soon as possible.
Tactics out of the window. These guys just want to draw.
Good counter punch. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Bivol in that last round. I promise you, all 3 judges here are going to give that round to you-know-who.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight, because if they haven't, there's going to be absolute uproar.
Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Can't score with that jab. Wanted to land the left hook, but was not successful. They both want a knockout, you can tell. That counter punch caught him clean. A little bit back and forth between these two fighters.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
The only fear you have with this fighter is, has he punched himself out? Misses with the jab. They are not going to let this one go to the judges. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Hold that thought! The pride of Wales in some real trouble. Let's talk about Bivol in that last round. The game plan does not seem to be working here. What's he have to do differently?
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
Things are starting to heat up now as we enter the fifth. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
Had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Nice counter shot. This fighter's sort of the death by 1,000 paper cuts approach. He'll hit you 1,000 times before you can land one.
I've never seen a fighter so fast in my life. How do you deal with this? You've got to hope they went out of steam.
Holding nothing back here in the round. That counter shot lands. Can't land that jab. We hear that old phrase, second win. You've got to find it somehow.
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
Ready for that counter punch. It's knockout or bust for both of these fighters. Just when you think they're going to have a lull in the action, we get it. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Bivol in that last round. Well, he is glad to have heard that bell.
Wow, it's like two different leagues.
This is the beginning of round 6. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool, don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's gonna pop you off.
What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Some fighters are just gifted. Gifted with such hand speed, footwork, movement. They are gifted. They are the chosen few.
A lot of effort being exerted here. Stamina is off the charts. Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this battle?
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
What heart, what desire, but at what cost? This with that jab. Can't find a home for that jab. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Bivol in that last round. They've got the momentum, they've got the advantage. How do they carry that into the next round?
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter, and the cornerman's got to put a firecracker on that fighter. Get out there and get the job done.
Here we go, it's round 7. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Well, Johnny, it's still early on, but what do you think about what we're seeing so far?
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you're there, and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Oh, what a shot! Dmitry Bivol in some serious trouble here. How did they not go down?
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense, work your defense, blocking and stopping and shooting.
Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Throws the jab, but it doesn't score. And that hook misses. This with that jab. Failing to score with that right hook. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Bivol in that last round. I'm worried about these two fighters gassing out as this fight goes on.
There's a lot on the line here.
And we enter the 8th round. They let it all hang out in the last round. What do they got left?
exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
Well, Johnny, I know it's still early on, but have you been surprised by anything you've seen?
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around that. Work the body, use tactics. Sometimes it's all right to actually outbox a fight and beat them on points.
Might want to think of holding on here for a minute. These two are the perfect dance partners.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other, because no one dares do anything out of turn.
Just missed with that jab. Seen in the past from this fighter, they don't get concerned when they lose some of the earlier rounds because they know they've got that power that can strike at any moment.
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain then.
Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Bivol in that last round. We'll see how much endurance these two fighters have.
It's when you talk about championship material.
Both fighters starting to get tired as we start round 9. That 1 minute break surely wasn't enough for him to completely recover.
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
That hook was off target. The straight right just misses. His stamina is off the charts. You've seen all the famous boxing movies, the training scenes, the gym work. That's what it all boils down to. Who's going to have more endurance?
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in a fight. You've got to relax.
This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
He's putting the pedal to the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't run out of gas. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Bivol in that last round. Now you start wondering how much work these two fighters did in the gym.
You cannot gas out. If you prepared right, slept right, ate right, and did everything right for this fight, you have no excuse for gassing out.
And here comes the 10th round. They really seemed to exhaust themselves last round. Let's see what they have left.
What were they doing that round? Are they trying to get an early night? That's a lot of energy burst. They did 6 rounds in one. They're going to be absolutely shattered.
That hook won't score. Nice counter shot. Well, Johnny, we're in the early stages here. What have you seen so far?
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
That left-handed jab doesn't quite score. They got out of the way of that right hook. Pretty close fight here in this round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them. More than happy.
He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. How nervous would you get when you know you're facing a big puncher like this that can seriously hurt you?
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Bivol in that last round. Stamina is always an issue in a prize fight.
This is when you talk about championship material.
That start 11 was 1 minute, enough time for them to recover after what we saw last round.
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
Good job defending the jab. Can't land that jab. Well done with that counter shot. They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong, because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
A very competitive round here so far.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other, because no one dare do anything out of turn.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. It's bombs away. They miss with the jab. Nice idea with the jab, but does not land. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Bivol in that last round. How much cardio was put in for this fight? It may come down to that.
There's a lot on the line here.
And there's the bell to start round 12. Let's see how much recovery they saw there in the last minute.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
Well, Johnny, you know there's a fine line between being aggressive and being too aggressive. How does he exploit that?
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a terror. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you got to do is you got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way. And they'll get so angry, so frustrated because they can't work.
Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. Is he going to punch himself out, though? A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. No surprises, we get a unanimous decision there.
Unanimous. You know what? Smart that is. A total change of styles to make sure they got it. At every round in the bag, there was no argument, no discussion, no mistake. It was so obvious.